And whose team is this? Is this your team? Or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm not a father, and I am a father, and I have no idea what I'm doing. There we go. That's the one. But you don't either, so let's try and learn something together today. The website is dadmodepod.com, Twitter at dadmodepod, or just use the hashtag dadmode, and we'll find it. And we'll probably like it, because what's not to like about being a dad? With me on this episode is the Uncle Nick at Nickerson on Twitter. Hey, how's it going?
Going good, Andy. How are you?
I'm fantastic, and today we're talking about a subject that is near and dear to my heart, and actually literally in my heart and arteries, fast food.
Oh, I love me some fast food. You know that. It's the devil.
And this is always a touchy subject, especially with American childhood obesity being what it is. But the whole parenting and being a dad and fast food, it's kind of a balancing act, because I love it in moderation, and I'm not of the mind that's saying that kid should never eat at McDonald's, because you always want what you can't have, right?
That's true.
And with McDonald's marketing and like the just addictive nature of fat, greasy food, I feel like if just like a suburban soccer mom says, like, my little Aiden is never eating at McDonald's, and the kid grows up eating like kale and Greek yogurt smoothies every single day of his life, as soon as he turns 18 and is out of mommy's clutches, that kid's going to binge every single day at McDonald's. It's going to be like, he's going to go supersize me, except around the clock, and it'll be freshman 15, sophomore 62, senior 95.
Super senior death.
Now, by the time Aiden is done with his bachelor's degree in, I don't know, anthropology or some sort of hippy-dippy POS degree, he's going to be a 400-pound Aiden. And he went in as like 118 pounds with zero muscle definition.
It's like you said earlier, fast food, it's all about moderation. You don't live off it every day. I mean, like you can look at the story of my life.
Well,
I don't want to, but then you turn into me, and that's the last thing you want. You don't want to be me. Don't want to go up on fast food all the time. It's that treat every once in a while, or that emergency, like, oh crap, I burned dinner, or oh, we just got home late from so-and-so practice. We need something to eat. It's an emergency. It's a treat. You just don't live off of it.
Now, have you ever actually burned dinner or been around someone who burned dinner? Because I cook a lot. I've never actually done the whole sitcom, cartoony, over the top, oh, we burned everything.
I have growing up. I cooked a lot when I was a teenager. I would be distracted by television, and macaroni and cheese would turn out to be brown. Yeah, I have made a mistake or two.
Browneroni and cheese.
Yeah, I have never burnt a pizza though. I've had cousins who burned pizzas. Those were drunken mistakes, but I've never ruined a pizza really. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's always good. Now, Nick, full disclosure, I don't know how comfortable you are talking about. You're kind of a big guy.
I'm a big guy,
right?
Yep.
All right, now, growing up, what was your relationship with fast food?
I ate there quite frequently. I'm not proud of it, but it was something where I didn't come from a home where cooking wasn't too much of a thing that we did. Kind of dysfunctional home. Kind of my mom was my father worked nights and my mother worked days, so it was hard for my mom to do everything. So fast food was just a simpler thing to do. It was very it was the convenience of it. My dad cooked on weekends, but I mean, He cooked Filipino
Outlet.
foods. Yeah, he cooked Filipino foods, and we won't get in the whole, like eating rice eating all the whole rice all the time. We won't get into that thing. But
Well, when I think of healthy cuisine, I think of Filipino food.
I don't think anyone does. But I think what the problem with fast food is that it also made me a very picky eater, where I only preferred, certain foods like fries and chicken, and burgers, and like I didn't like other home people.
Chicken tender melt, no tomato.
Oh, good old Winona.
All right. So the story of the inside joke is that we would occasionally, once in a while, in college, get drunk and then go to Perkins. Occasionally.
That's no.
No, I'm just kidding. It was like a weekly occurrence. And Nick would always order the chicken tender melt with no tomato. So he's literally taking like the only mildly healthy part of a chicken tender melt, and he's like, nah.
What's tomatoes on that? It's just weird. All right. So on a positive note, I am eating a lot more tomatoes than I have before. So, like when I order sandwiches, I always order tomatoes. So.
Helping out that prostate.
Choosing to live one more day. Just one more. So.
Yeah. Now, it is funny that you mentioned that, the whole picky eater thing, because I hadn't really thought about that, because I feel like our generation and the generation after us and this current one are like the pickiest eaters that has ever been in the history of human civilization.
It's insane.
I mean, because beforehand, you ate what your parents cooked or you went hungry. And then, like, our grandparents' generation went through the Depression and then World War II and then the recession in the 80s and all that stuff. And, there wasn't so many, like, we got too good at making cheap food where now people have, like, choices. And, like, I feel like there's too many kids nowadays where, like, I do not eat anything green and I only eat mac and cheese. And then the stupid kid's gonna have a tapeworm by the time he's 14.
Chicken fingers. That's the big thing. Like, kids will eat chicken fingers. That's like their main source of food. That's they will. There'll be different types of pastas. Different type of like meats and steaks and stuff that like kids don't want that stuff. They won't know. They want the what everyone knows type of thing. Right. And you have to have a side of fries. You can't do it without fries.
Yeah, I mean. Well, I didn't grow up eating too much fast food because I'm from a small town. But like when we go shopping to a bigger place, we'd stop at McDonald's or Burger King or whatever. So it wasn't like hardwired into me where it was 3 or 4 times a week. Where people living in large cities or urban areas, and situations like yourself where people are working different schedules. I could see it falling into like a regular occurrence, or kids of divorce. Frankly, when Dad has the kids on his weekend, but of course he's late picking the kids up because he's a bit of a deadbeat. He wants the kids' memories to be with him to be very happy, and so he could rub that in the face of Mom, because the kid always comes home and is like, I had such a great time with Daddy, and well, you're not going to be taking him to Soup Plantation and getting him a salad, or going to Panera. It's like, hey. Oh, it's awesome. We got the chef salad at Panera. Nah. You're taking him to McDonald's. You're going to get the kid the chicken nugget Happy Meal with the fries, screw the apple slices, and then you're going to let him play around in the disease-riddled ball pit for half an hour and be like, hey, I'm a good dad, and I only spent $6. So eat it, Cheryl. Eat it. I'll see you in 2 weeks. I'll be late picking up the kid.
I was wondering if you're going to bring up other non-fast food venues, if we would talk about that at all, besides the McDonald's and Burger Kings and stuff. I was wondering if you're going to bring up like, oh yeah, my dad used to take me to Chipotle or something. Could you imagine if that's what it's going to revolutionize to? That, the kid's going to get the Chipotle Chipotle value meal or something.
I mean, I do think we have come a long way as far as like quality of fast food. Like even, McDonald's is going to all white meat and hormone free and all that other bull crap. And Chipotle, at its core, if you don't get like 17 of the burritos the size of your head, if you get the burrito bowl and are a pretty sparse with the add-ons, I mean, it can be okay. I mean, it can be pretty good. And plus, all of their stuff is like the free range and non-hormone and blah, blah, blah chicken that I'm sure like is a wet dream for every suburban soccer mom. Like, oh, little Aiden can finally have the chicken. But it's still, if you do it 3 or 4 times a week, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, no, I agree. For the record, being a big guy that I am, I was very, very active as a kid. So I'm thinking it's more like genetics myself,
Well, I mean, your brother's the size of like a thimble.
It skips a brotherly generation. My mom was a bigger girl, and my grandfather was a bigger guy. So,
well, your dad is pretty wiry though, isn't he? Because he's related to Pacquiao.
Not really. No, I wouldn't say so.
But let's walk through Filipino food real quick. So it's basically, tell me if I'm just summing up wrong here, but it's basically, how would you like your rice and pork?
Mostly about the pork. Right, rice is typically always white. I don't think we never really did fried rice. That's something I kind of revolutionized on my own. So, it's how you like your pork or chicken and steak. Typically, it's and usually they're in stews. Usually they're marinated in soy sauce and like typical adobo is soy sauce, vinegar, and garlic. So, yeah, and you eat that with rice as a complement. They just went together. So, yeah, that's typical Filipino food.
Now, the funny thing about rice with me is that white rice is always popular with people who are not white. Like all the cultures that aren't white love white rice. Like the Asians, you got the Filipinos, you got South America, you got the Black South. Everyone loves rice except for white people. Oh, except for rice-a-roni.
Rice-a-roni.
The San Francisco treat.
Rice-a-roni is.
Yeah. All right, so growing up, like fast food wise, what was like the one place that you would go to, like for the go-to?
I actually think Burger King was kind of the one I used to.
BK.
The flame broiled burgers, man, were just phenomenal. Mm-hmm. So.
Now, would you get the Whopper Jr.?
God, as a kid, yeah. I think I did normal hamburgers as a kid, and then I went on to Whoppers. I think teenager years, so.
And then in college, you and I went on to the 17 Whoppers.
We went to White Castle.
White
we went to White Castle.
Oh my God!
You're gonna be closer to one, Andy. You're gonna be closer to one next few months.
Yeah. Except the thing is, like all the White Castles are kind of ghetto now, or like in ghetto areas.
Are there any in the?
Of course, that hasn't changed any.
Are there any in Apple Valley area?
I don't think so, because I think the suburban soccer mom groups or like the PTAs would boycott it.
Interesting.
I have no idea why.
I have an idea.
And I don't know. I feel like I do have kind of an unhealthy relationship, like everyone does, because there's just some times where you just want to go binge. You know what I mean? Like you get a crave case for yourself at White Castle, or you go to McDonald's and then you just completely rape the dollar menu or the value menu, whatever it is, and you just get like 8, and then you just go home and in a dark room, and then you just shotgun the whole thing in shame.
In shame.
Yeah.
But you have to balance it out, though. It's you're gonna eat healthy the next 3 days. There's a balancing act with it. That's why not everyone in the world is like a 400-pound fat guy. So people can get away with it. That's the thing. There are people who can get away with this. So my buddy Rick is a nice thing guy. I think he goes to McDonald's like every other day, and he can be fine. His metabolism's fantastic. He just it's in his genes, man. It's all genetic.
Well, I do feel like it's a balancing act, especially with kids who are so impressionable about their tastes, where you do see it as a treat, as in moderation, and you don't turn into the guy from the Super Size Me who is a relatively skinny guy, except he might be like completely dying on the inside. The one who has a Big Mac every day, or like that's his shtick.
I love that.
So you know that he grew up like as a kid, you know, maybe went to McDonald's a few times, like, hey, this is gonna be my thing now. This is now my thing.
Are you gonna be one of those parents who uses fast food as like a reward? Like, all right, Muggsy, if you clean your room and get all your homework done by 5, we'll go to McDonald's.
No, because I feel like then the kids would put like too much positivity with fast food. I think it'd be more like if we're on vacation or traveling or something, we'll stop in as more of a convenience necessity thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like if in big events, like I think the worst thing would be to mark like big events like birthdays or elementary school graduations, because apparently that's a thing that all white people love. That associating that with fast food, because I think the wife had a couple of birthdays at Burger King or McDonald's, and that's fine. But then the kid like associates like milestone celebrations with fast food. You know what I mean? Whereas opposed to yes, cookouts, grill outs. I mean, the 4th of July just happened, and those can be equally as terrible. But you can add in some other things. You can have a little fruit salad. You can have a little veggie platter. You can grill up some nice lean steaks. I mean, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to be balls deep in a McChicken. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like you have to give.
Although balls deep in a McChicken is my indie band name.
Write it down. Fast food. I mean, yeah. As you said earlier, I mean, they are targeting being healthy now. I mean, we are in a good age of growing up now in fast food where there are healthy alternatives that never existed beforehand. So, because I think you can get like fruit salads at McDonald's, can't you? I thought there was like a food menu thing.
Well, the thing is, like, the salads are almost just as bad as like the regular stuff.
Oh, I heard of it.
Because of the dressings that they have on there.
I've heard of that too.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird because we cook at home a lot. We cook relatively healthy, and this isn't a whole. Well, my child will never eat McDonald's and will always eat whole kale, hippy dippy, chai seed, all that other crap. But I think overall, she'll, our daughter and our future kids will, have a lot of fun. I mean, just cooking at home, because we'll turn into like a family bonding event. Hey, how was your day? How about you wash that? How about you wash those vegetables? Don't cut your finger off slicing up the carrots and that whole thing, as opposed to just bringing home a big sack of burgers and you just go at it.
Just go to town.
Yeah.
We're talking a lot about McDonald's. I mean, is it because McDonald's is just generic fast food, or are you for or against other fast food places? Do you have any favorites other than McDonald's?
I guess McDonald's, just because they're so prevalent, and the whole Super Size Me, and then we add Mick in front of everything. But let's see what else is out there.
We talked about Burger King, Wendy's. I mean,
like Taco Bell, I feel like that's extremely popular. We don't go there too often. I mean, we do get tacos or something. We usually go to Taco John's.
Taco John's.
For the Olays.
Their tacos are expensive. It's like $1.50 a taco.
Well, remember we were in college, 6-pack in a pound on Fridays was like $5.99, and now it's like $9.99.
It's because Taco John's getting smarter. They know what we want now, so they're like, "My money."
Let's see. Well, what else is out there? Popeye's chicken. Oh, I really love Popeye's chicken.
I only had them once.
It's good.
I wasn't that impressed.
I think it's way better than KFC. Although KFC is really good too, because I mean, it's fried chicken.
You see who's the new promo guy for KFC? It's Daryl Hammond dressed up as the Colonel.
I thought that was Daryl Hammond. It's good that he has work. Besides being the SNL voice guy. Yep. And see, that's the thing too, is like KFC in moderation is fine too. I mean, don't make it part of the weekly rotation. You know, you get like the 20-piece bucket and all the sides, and you just plop that home on a Tuesday. And no, first of all, Tuesday's Taco Tuesday.
Okay, let's clear that up first.
And second of all, yeah. And I mean, I understand that the whole convenience and everyone's busy and stuff like that, but yeah, if you're dedicated to cooking at home, there's a whole lot of time savers, loopholes, you know, making meals in advance that you can do where, you know, you're not just doling out crap all the time. I mean, a little crap is fine, but I mean, fast food every night. First of all, I think I would die at like 33.
2 years for me, baby.
And then and then the kids will die, and then they'll grow up, you know, being obese as a child. Then the whole picking on and bullying thing, which, you know, everyone's trying to stop, but it's going to be kind of inevitable. And then the whole self-esteem issues, and body dysmorphia if they lose weight as an adult. And then it's just all stuff you can be avoided by, I don't know, chopping up a head of lettuce. And I don't know, grilling up some pork chops, Dad. Come on.
Come on, Dad.
Or deep frying some pork chops.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna have to eventually touch on the fact that, okay, let's say you didn't grow up like me and like had a lot less fast food in your lifestyle. But then you have to address that. That means you have to be eating healthy at home. Otherwise, are you gonna be one of those parents who, all right, no more fast food. Here's a microwave TV dinner. That's our dinner. See,
that can be just as bad too. And we've come across like the whole microwave chicken, you know, like that's sold in like the plastic bags, and pizza rolls and frozen pizza all the time. So yeah, if you're cooking at home, I think the rule of thumb is shop around the ring of the grocery store, you know, the outside aisles.
Yep.
So then you got your produce, you got your fresh meat, you got your dairy, and that, like, all the inside is where like all the frozen crap is and all the canned and processed stuff is. But that's like a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. It's like we're never going to run out of topics about dad parenting.
You can go on so many tangents with us.
Well, the thing is, like, I've already put this out there, but I don't want to completely deprive the kid, because then he or she is just going to go off the deep end when they have a little bit of freedom.
And because not all kids are going to be, like, there are going to be kids who are raised on fast food that, you know, obviously that now are listening to this podcast, and, you know, you don't want your kid to be like surprised, like, what is this McDonald's thing, you know? So
it tastes so good.
Like,
oh my God.
Like, you know, their toy, you know, I'm sure you don't want your kid deprived of the toys that other kids are getting, you know? So I mean, every once in a while, you know, that Happy Meal, to get that little Micro Machines car that the kids can play with, you know, so they can play with their friends.
Yeah, plus I want kids to see dinner time as fun, you know, something that, you know, you bond as a family doing, and instead of work or a chore or, you know, a pain in the ass, where, you know, the kids can be like, oh, some of my best memories was helping Dad grill, and, you know, I would hold the pan and he'd put the burgers and the steaks on the pan and all that other stuff, and he'd let me shuck the corn because he didn't want to, because that is a pain in the ass.
Corn, oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And I don't know. I feel. Oh wait, Culver's though. Culver's is good.
I was trying to think if they actually have like a kid menu. They must. But
yeah, because Crystal always orders the Culver's kids menu.
That must be. That's supposed to be on my coworker. Every once in a while, me and my coworker will go out to lunch, and then we've gone to Culver's, and I think she usually gets like a 2-piece chicken strip thing and like a really small order of fries. I'm like, okay, cool.
Like, all right, so random question: what's the most you've ever ordered at a fast food place for like one sitting? Just
for
just
myself?
Yeah, because I think mine. I think I might have spent like $17 once.
As a glutton that I am, I really I can't do that, like eating a lot in a short sitting. I mean, and like McDonald's, I can do the quarter pounder and fries, you know, but I would never have to order like too many of them. The most expensive might be Taco Bell, but I always get the most expensive items. I have some horror stories. I've heard some horror stories of like I have friends who drunk Taco Bell binge and like their bill for like 2 or 3 friends is like $45 on Taco Bell food. And as you know, I'm actually I'm eating fast food a lot less now, and I'm getting smaller portions, and I can go to Taco Bell in under $5 and get like one thing and be full. I can get a cheesy gordita crunch and be fine, and like not need like 2 of them, and then potatoes, and then chorizo, sweet thing. I don't know. I just I'm thinking McDonald's might be the most unhealthy most that I've eaten at one sitting. Expensive though. Taco Bell can surprisingly be expensive.
See, Nick, that's where we differ because I am more of a binger. Like, I go like weeks, even like months without fast food, but then all of a sudden be like, oh, this sounds like a really good idea. And then either, like right now, if you brought me a Crave case, I could probably eat the whole thing.
30 hamburgers?
Yeah. Or go to McDonald's and we get like 5 McDoubles and 5 McChickens, and they'll be gone in like 10 minutes. Where I don't think that's healthy. I think I should probably talk to someone about that.
If anything,
because I don't want to take Muggsy. It's like, all right, Muggsy, it's a random Tuesday afternoon in the summer. How about we go get $30 at McDonald's and shotgun it before dinner?
shotgun it.
And it's gone
before dinner.
Well, have you ever seen there's a YouTube series about this guy called Everything on the Menu, and he orders everything on the menu of these fast food places. And the last one I saw was White Castle. And like he got one of everything. He came in between the breakfast and lunch, so he ordered everything from the breakfast menu and everything from the lunch/dinner menu. And they have like ice cream sandwich bars now.
Wait. Does he eat it all at?
And donuts like breakfast donuts.
Does he eat it all in that one sitting, or like if you space it out? I mean,
no, at one sitting, like in the restaurant.
Do they have a final cost of how much all that was?
Yeah, they do running cost and also running calorie count.
God, this show cannot last long. He will die.
Well, you have to look. He's a relatively skinny guy, and I have found that it is like guys who you would not expect to be like big gorgers, like Joey Chestnut, who just lost the hot dog eating contest. He's a relatively normal looking dude, except he's like the biggest glutton there is. And you'll notice on like the hot dog eating contest, like Kobayashi or Joey Chestnut or the guys who just won are relatively skinny, normal looking guys. Whereas the fat guys are the ones who only can eat like 8.
Oh, no. I was talking about that all day yesterday. Then the 4th of July, we were talking about the whole, like when you, I mean, that's a competition. You have to be somewhat athletic to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, because you think that like, I don't know, Jabba the Hutt or Pat Williams would win the hot dog eating contest every year. Then
that's speed, though. These people are eating it fast and not enjoying it. It's just.
Sorry, for non-Vikings fans, Pat Williams was a former Vikings and Bills defensive tackle. He also went to school at Texas A&M. His last year, he was listed at 310, but really it should have said about 410.
Part of that Williams wall.
The biggest lie ever. And star caps are apparently not an appetite suppressant.
Where is he now? I'm retired, right?
He's retired, yeah. He's been done for a while. I don't know. He's still probably pretty big.
Farm?
I don't know. Has things rotate around him? He's got enough pull.
Sorry, not funny.
All right. Well, close on Nick. Like when you have kids in the future, what's going to be your stance as far as fast food?
Well, obviously, as we talked, I'm a big guy, and that's one thing I don't want to push on to my kids. So I will be very firm on raising my kids the way I was not raised, and preferably I'm going to have the wife, mother of my children, be more of a stance, because I'm assuming I'm going to most likely date and marry someone who is going to be very healthy and will know how to take care of herself, the children, and most likely change me.
Now you're going to marry Wendy, like the actual Wendy.
She is hot.
No, the actual Wendy, like the actual Wendy. who I think is like the head of the Dave Thomas Foundation now.
I get what you're saying.
She-old.
She's old.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm a strict believer. It's not fast food is not an everyday food, but I'm not going to deprive my kid. And I don't know. I think down the road, if my kids become really fussy and like if they're screaming like, Nick, we don't want this, I don't want anything, I'm gonna try to be the parent who doesn't break down like, fine, here's chicken nuggets. I'll try to be much firmer on that. So I'm being healthy.
See, I never understood parents who are like, little Jeffrey doesn't like broccoli. Well, has he ever tried it? No, but he just wouldn't like it.
Oh, I don't know a lot of parents like that.
Or it's usually parents who don't like vegetables either, so they're not even going to run them by their kid.
I figured, as a parent, when you start feeding your kids, don't you go to the Gerber aisle and grab one of every different kind of thing and see if they like it, and you keep reintroducing it to them, so when they get older and have to deal with the solid foods, they could at least recognize it before. And then, like, if the kid really doesn't like Brussels sprouts, I'll throw another green vegetable in their face. It's all about finding the right vegetables they like.
Yeah, I think Muggsy will be okay in vegetables because the wife likes it, and I'm a huge vegetable lover myself. And so when she was in the womb and even in the breast milk now, she's getting a straight dosage of broccoli and kale. So hopefully she'll be right.
That's good.
Straight kale, homie. You know what else is good? Make your own baby food. And that's something that we're going to do. Oh, damn it, I'm already starting to sound like a suburban soccer mom. But I'm going to get my baby NutriBullet through Amazon. And you can too. Go to dadmodepod.com, top left corner, there's a little Amazon link, a little box. Click it. It'll take you to Amazon through our link. You should bookmark that. Every time you want to order something from Amazon, just go through that link. It's fantastic. And yeah, it's the same Amazon stuff that you're going to buy anyways, and we get a little taste. I just brought up this month's sales thing, and someone ordered the DVD of Pushing Daisies, the complete first and second season.
Oh, really?
Remember that show?
Was that on ABC?
Yeah, Shy McBride.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I never got into that show, but I heard it was pretty funny.
Yeah, Nick. I noticed that there's nothing from you.
Wait, if I order stuff, you can actually see what I ordered. What if I'm ordering like very like adult stuff that I don't want you knowing about? I have a private life.
Well, it doesn't have your name attached to it, but I'll be able to decipher through my detective skills. That's what you ordered.
What's up with all this KY jelly?
Besides the Hyundai visor, what are you going to order next?
I'm going to use it to buy a lot of gifts. Like my brother's really hard to shop for, so his birthday's coming up in September. So he always finds me rare things on Amazon. So I'm going to try to find him something he might like. He's a Star Trek nerd, so maybe find him a little classic action figure, or something, or maybe like the DVD collection of like some of the old episodes.
Now, he thinks Deep Space Nine is the best.
No, he does
series.
not. No, he's Next Generation.
Make it so. Now, you know what you should do? You should get him a Battlestar Galactica robot. I don't know what the hell's on Battlestar Galactica.
A Cylon. I have seen all the episodes of the last series. So
the hell's a Cylon?
It's the robots who are attacking the humans.
Or I did watch Sci-Fi's Ascension lately, and it's fantastic. You should check it out. Trisha Helfer apparently was on.
Yeah, she was
Battlestar
a
Galactica.
gorgeous blonde on that show. Yeah.
How you doing? Yep, that is all. Order Trisha Helfer on Amazon through our link. We'll get a little kickback. Because why not? Yeah. But other than that, we're out of here. Dad Mode show available on iTunes, YouTube, on the Stitcher. Uncle Nick, you're on the Twitter at Nickerson.
Yep, that's correct.
Question mark? Oh. What's the last thing you tweeted?
I think I was at the I think I walked at the mall yesterday. That was pretty sweet. Or maybe what for 4th of July, I did shred a bunch of pulled pork that my uncle smoked from the night before. So yeah, that was pretty fun.
Wait. Filipino had pork on the holiday? What's that?
Shut up.
Follow us on Twitter at DadModePod or me at Andy Carlson Show. I tweet a bunch of random smartassy stuff and a lot of Ascension things, which is it's also based in the Twin Cities. Who knew? Website dadmodepod.com. Click that Amazon link, baby. But other than that, we're out here. Be a man, be a father, go dad mode, eat pork. That'll be the little last tidbit, whatever. See you next time.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go dad mode. The music is created and produced by deeB. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/deeB.